Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile character review, today featuring Strike Force Johnny Cage. As usual guys, please know the date when this video has been recorded because a lot of things may have changed since then. And if you're not familiar with the matrix I'm using in order to evaluate characters, you can find it on the top right corner of the screen. So without any further ado, let us put Strike Force Johnny to the test. Strike Force Johnny Cage guys, or as previously known, Undead Hunter Johnny Cage, was released on the 19th of February 2016 for the original price of 368 souls, which was okay for the gold character that he used to be. But after update 2.0 he was promoted to Diamond, and a little bit later his name was changed to Strike Force Johnny Cage in order for him to join the Strike Force team. So let us check his stats. His attack is 46,494, which is the 23rd highest in the game. The hit points, they are 94,464, which is the 21st highest in MK Mobile. The toughness is 49,896, which is the 11th highest in the game, and the recovery again 49,896, the 10th highest in Mortal Kombat Mobile. Unfortunately for him, the power generation is just 100%. As you can see, Johnny Cage has pretty good toughness and recovery. Unfortunately, we cannot say the same for his attack and hit points, which are kind of average. So for his stats, Undead Hunter Johnny Cage, or Strike Force Johnny Cage now, is going to get 19.4 out of 28 possible points. Special 1 of Johnny Cage guys is called Cracker, and in my opinion this is the bread and butter of this character. I'm not saying that his special 2 is bad, but in majority of cases you'll be using his special 1. So let's get into details. First thing first, this ability can be completely blocked by the opponent. However, it has power drain as debuff, which is pretty useful because even if the enemy blocks it, you'll still be power draining him. Of course, the effect won't be as big compared to the power drain effect when the enemy is not blocking the special attack, but still it is something to consider. In addition, the special attack cannot be cast from distance, it is lethal, it consists of only one mini hit, and it has the multi-tap circle as minigame. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of the ability is 17,644, which is the 35th highest in the game. The maximum damage is 35,288, which is the 32nd highest in MK Mobile. Once again, the special attack can be completely blocked by the opponent, it has power drain as debuff, it cannot be cast from distance, it is lethal, it consists of only one mini hit, and it has the multi-tap circle as minigame. So for his special 1, Strike Force Johnny Cage is going to get 9.8 out of 13 possible points. Special 2 of Johnny Cage guys is called Shadow Dropkick, and here it is what you need to know about it. Like his special 1, this ability can be completely blocked by the opponent. It has Snare as debuff, another extremely useful debuff. It can be cast from distance, however you have to keep in mind that at long range the first mini hit will miss, but this is not a big deal at all. In addition, the special attack is lethal, it consists of 4 mini hits, and it has the horizontal or vertical swipe as minigame. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of the ability is 44,111, which is the 34th highest in the game, and the maximum damage is 88,222, which is the 29th highest in MK Mobile. Once again, the special attack can be completely blocked by the opponent, it has Snare as debuff, it can be cast from distance, it is lethal, it consists of 4 mini hits, and it has the horizontal or vertical swipe as minigame. So for his special 2, Strike Force Johnny Cage is going to get 13 points sharp out of 19 possible. The X-ray of Johnny Cage guys is called Casting Call, and here it is what you need to know about it. First thing first, it has Strength as buff, which is not really the best buff for an X-ray, but it is what it is. And the most important part, and the most useful part actually, is that it can be cast from distance. When it comes to damage, the damage of the X-ray is 107,631, which is the 34th highest in the game. Once again, the X-ray has Strength as buff, and it can be cast from distance. So for his third special ability, Strike Force Johnny Cage is going to get 3 out of 4 possible points, and the total amount of points he gets for his special attacks adds up to 25.7 out of 36 possible. I am not going to lie, Strike Force Johnny Cage is one of the best fighters in the game. His punching power is awesome. And I will start right off the bat with a few negatives about his basic attacks. The first thing is that they feel a little bit short when it comes to range, and sometimes he'll be just punching the open air, and that's a little bit annoying. And the next thing is that he isn't really that great without block breakers. But I would say that even if he was great with the block breakers, I would still give equipment that gives block breaking chance to him. Reason being, the perfect characters who don't require block breakers at all are characters who have unblockable special attacks, such as the Raidens. This is the main reason why they're so good without block breakers. Even if Johnny Cage was kind of okay and he was pushing the enemies away, he still wouldn't have been that amazing, because after all he has to break the enemy block in order to land a clean special one. And another tiny negative about his basics is that sometimes I feel that his initiation speed is kind of slow and the enemy will start punching before you do, and that's kind of annoying. But basically that's it when it comes to the negatives. With that said, everything else about his basic attacks is perfect. He is one of the best boss killers in the game. All you have to do is corner the boss, and then, you know, Johnny Cage has two combo enders. One of the combo enders kind of leaves him vulnerable for counter attack if he has cornered the enemy. This is the roundhouse kick combo ender. So everything you have to do is immediately after this combo ender, you have to follow by special one, because the boss or the enemy character will try to retaliate. So immediately after this combo ender, do special one and you'll be safe. Then you have to do the other combo ender. The other combo ender is perfectly fine. Then get back to the roundhouse kick combo ender, do special one immediately after it, and repeat. Thus the enemy boss won't be able to do absolutely anything. So I believe this is going to be all that I can say for his basic attacks. Once again, he is one of the best fighters in the game. So I'll be giving him 9.5 out of 10 possible points for his basic attacks. The passive of Strike Force Johnny Cage, guys, is called Undead Hunter, and here it is what it does. I quote: "If an opponent resurrects, Johnny instantly gains 1 bar of power. Strike Force Johnny Cage gains up to 100% damage and 25% power generation as he loses health. All Strike Force teammates do 30% more damage against Netherrealm characters. And of course, Strike Force characters do 10% more damage against Ronin characters." Now, I'm going to be honest, guys, before day 3.0 this passive was just okay. After day 3.0 and after the latest changes in the gameplay of MK Mobile, this passive is insanely good. I mean, basically in survival mode there are so many guys who use Revenant talent. There are so many guys who have Strike Force Scorpion in the enemy team, Quan Chi in the enemy team, MK11 Sub-Zero in the enemy team. There are so many players who use the Living Dead, the Frost Orb, and so on and so on. So at the end of the day, getting to X-Ray while using Strike Force Johnny Cage is extremely easy. And once you manage to do that, you more or less win the game. And on top of that, thanks to the fact that Strike Force Johnny Cage is getting stronger by losing health, he's very good in survival mode, because in a lot of cases after battle 11 or 12 he will start at low HP, and that won't be a big deal for you, because first thing first, he's going to deal more damage, and second thing, he can be revived by his teammate Strike Force Scorpion. Actually, he doesn't revive him, he saves him, but it is what it is. And even if you don't have Strike Force Scorpion, you can use any other character, or let's say for example Warlock Quan Chi, or you can use an equipment like the Living Dead or the Frost Orb. And the beautiful part is that they will work even at Fusion 0, so all you need to do is to get them at Fusion 0 and you are all set. So in general, the passive of Johnny works beautifully good in survival mode and more or less everywhere else. Even against boss it's so great. You just have to make sure that you are pretty low on HP, and then the damage output is going to be insane. So I'll be giving 20 out of 20 points for his passive. I really reckon that this passive is one of the best passives in the game, especially if survival mode is considered. Undead Hunter Johnny Cage doesn't have any tagging attack, so he gets 0 points for tagging attack and 1 point for classes. Okay guys, this is going to be probably the easiest part of the review, because I will be saying now, I will be judging whether Strikeforce Johnny Cage is a good character. And I'm saying it's going to be easy because, yeah, like usual, let's take a look at the bigger picture. He has okay stats, not great but not terrible, but everything else seems to be perfect. He has great special 2, great special 1. The only drawback of those two abilities is that they are both blockable, unfortunately, but it is what it is. In addition, he has probably the best basic attacks in the game. He has extremely useful passive. All in all, a great character, and on top of that, I would say that he is very fun to play. It is true that he shines, really shines in a Strikeforce team, but he can be very well useful outside of Strikeforce team as well. The only thing that you have to make sure is that you have to really take advantage of his passive. So if he dies very fast, you won't be taking advantage of his passive. What I mean is, you have to give him certain equipment, such as the Living Death, for example, if there is nobody to save him. And if you don't have the Living Death or the Frost Orb, then you need to make sure that he doesn't die. And the best way to do that is to give him some certain teammates, such as Warlock Quan Chi. Why not? All in all, I believe that he's one of the best characters in the game. And because originally when I was doing the ranking, he was really short of the 80 point mark, and this is the main reason why I decided to give him 3.5 out of my 3 subjective points. I really believe this dude deserves it. One of the best characters in the game, the funniest characters in the game, and once again, he also works outside of a Strikeforce team, so I'll be giving him 3.5 out of my 3 subjective points, and the total amount of points he's going to get is 80.1, and we can label him as an amazing character. On our current standings, he ranks 19th, tied with Cold War Sub-Zero. He's just above Bounty Hunter Erin Black and just below Circle of Shadow Liu Kang. So the final verdict for Strikeforce Johnny is going to be amazing character. Okay guys, let us see what is your final verdict on Strikeforce Johnny. Before we get there, I just want to let you know, if you want to vote for any further coming review, you can do so by following the link in the description of this video. Just click on it or just copy paste it in your browser and you will join our Discord server. From there, there will be a thread which is called something like this, vote MK11 Scorpion, for example. So you can just enter the thread, follow the instructions and vote for your character. Anyways, for this current video, we had another record. 126 people voted and the average score was 9.04 and the most common grade was 9. 53 out of 126 people voted with a 9. The lowest score was a 3, but I believe this was trolling. I was shocked and I asked this person, okay, why did you put 3? I was just curious, and he didn't reply. But anyways, it is his decision or her decision, it doesn't matter. Point is that, according to you guys, Strikeforce Johnny Cage is not an amazing character, but a perfect character. And here is the question, is this the case? Do I agree with it? And I would say that I'm inclined to agree with you this time. Really, Strikeforce Johnny is so fun to play, his damage is simply amazing. All you have to do is just punch, you don't even have to do special attacks. This is how strong he is, especially in a Strikeforce team. So yeah, I'm inclined once again to agree with you this time. So the perfect seems more reasonable for him. And by the way, based on the current standings that we had, Strikeforce Johnny Cage is the character that has the highest score out of all characters you voted for so far. So let us see whether he's going to be dethroned anytime soon. Okay guys, now we have to decide whether Strikeforce Johnny should be your starter, and I would say that he's one of the best starters in the game because he works pretty good with the Devastator. And in general, he loves losing health, so yeah, I would say he's pretty good as an opener. Even if he gets power drain, that's not a big deal because he can kill people by only punching them, and that would be enough in a lot of cases. So yeah, I would say he's one of the best openers in the game. And in terms of the counters, now, basically, Strikeforce Johnny counter every single character in the game because every single character in the game relies on Revenant, relies on being saved to some extent. So in general, he's good against anybody, and in a lot of cases the beautiful part is that he can gain power while being tagged out. So imagine facing MK11 Jade or Assassin Jade, she gets to Revenant or she gets saved by MK level Sub-Zero. Your Johnny is very low on health, tagged out, but once she gets Revenant, second time she gets saved by Sub-Zero, and there you go, you have an extra while your Johnny is chilling, being tagged out. So yeah, I would say that he basically counters everybody. And in terms of characters that counter him, after all, if he doesn't have a lot of power, he suffers against MK11 Jade. But apart from that, he is basically good against anybody. Okay guys, we got to the equipment. Now, quite honestly, there is a debate inside me whether you have to give him a Devastator or you have to give him a Radhammer. Quite honestly, it really depends on the team that you're facing. If the Devastator works, I mean, if you're facing a team consisted only of martial artists or only of outworlders, I think that Devastator has an edge. But the overall rule is the Devastator always good. Still though, since he is your starter, you're risking him getting power drained, and the 1 bar starting power in the Devastator goes for nothing. But once again, it's really difficult to say which one is the better. Of course, you have to give him his Sototo 2, it is really strong on him, and he also requires Block Breaker. If you don't have, for example, Kenshi block breaking piece of equipment, this is his weapon, then I would suggest giving him the Bladed Fan, because he can heal on special 1, that's pretty cool. Not that Strike Force Johnny requires healing that much, but still it works pretty good on him. And if you want to do some kind of a troll equipment set on him, you can just give him all pieces of equipment in the game that increases the basic attack damage, and that will be pretty fun. Okay guys, we got to the teams. Of course, I'm going to be Captain Obvious, and I'm going to give you the secret. Guys, Strike Force Johnny Cage is insanely good in a Strike Force team. What a surprise, right? But in terms of his other good teams, I mean, he has to be supported properly. If you're not certain that you can keep him alive, you always have to give him Warlock Quan Chi, so that he can revive him. If you are certain that you can keep him alive, then I suggest teaming him up with Demolition Sonya and any other Spec Ops that can boost him. If you don't have any other Spec Ops, then Classic Goro will also do the job. But if this is the case, then Classic Goro should be your starter, and thus Johnny will get plus 50% attack, and that's going to be huge. Okay guys, Strike Force Johnny, what do you think of him? Do you like him? Do you dislike him? Please let me know down below in the comment section. Once again, he scored 80.1 and we labeled him as an amazing character. As usual guys, if you want to see more reviews, you can find the playlist on the top right corner of the screen. See you next time guys. Take care and stay safe.
Thank you and good night.
Impressive.
Perfect.